Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Shake Up, guys. It's your boy Brad in the house, and got a fucking awesome topic for y'all tonight. I hope you guys are ready, and hope you're not feeling too in your feelings about it either. So, before we get into that, gotta say what's up to the rest of my counterparts here on the panel today. Saying what's up. What's going on, fellas, man? What's up, Rated R Superstar over there? What's the deal, man?
Not much, man. What's going on with you?
Feeling extra Rated R today?
Oh, yeah, man. It's controversy time today. I'm ready for this one.
Good. Over here, you can't see that he's on my right, but he is.
I'm on the right.
That's cool, because, you know, I got to know my directions and stuff. So.
What's good, y'all?
What's going on?
Ready to piss some people off, and that's fine. I guess I'm an asshole. I've been told.
That's fine. And also joining us again, a little worse for wear over here.
She brought the eyelashes back.
She in here knocking shit off my walls. It's a lovely Aaron.
Shit off walls. I don't think I did it.
Yeah, you don't think you did it? So out of the 4 people here, 3 of us were up here
when it happened.
I think Jail did it.
From up here.
Okay.
From upstairs.
Hi, everybody. I'm Aaron.
What's going on?
With the lashes.
With the lashes.
You gonna show everybody your outfit?
So we're prepared to go left today.
Not today, asshole.
We're prepared to go left on this show today, like we always do. But I think today's topic is actually pretty important as far as a conversation thing is concerned, and that's what this show is all about. So without further ado, or do you want to tell them what the topic is today?
I do, but I want to talk on one subject real quick, one current event.
It's not Antonio Brown, is it?
It's Antonio
Talk
Brown.
about this dumbass.
I gotta talk about
It's not
Antonio
his
Brown.
fault.
Are we really talking about that?
Yes.
Bro, it's his fault because
Hey,
all he had to do
hold on.
was shut the fuck up.
That's a good point. But hold on. Let me set the stage. Antonio Brown he forced a trade from the Pittsburgh Steelers to the Oakland Raiders. He fucked that all up and basically forced them to release him, and within 4 hours got picked up by the Oakland Raiders. Somewhere between getting released by the Raiders and traded to picked up by the Patriots.
Understand.
Yeah, thank you. He got Me Too'd in the process.
But he got Me Too before that.
Well, it didn't really come out till later.
No, this is the second Me Too.
It's the same chick, right?
No, this is two different chicks,
Different
bro.
chick?
Yes, somebody.
I didn't
Two
even.
different chicks.
All I knew was the trainer chick.
No, the chick that he sent the fucked up messages to.
Yeah.
Whole nother bitch.
Oh my God, he's an idiot. Okay, I didn't even know about that one. I just know about
Are we
the
going to
trainer
have a real conversation about this? Because I feel like as a parent, there were so many balls dropped before that he got to the point where he got to the Patriots. Mm-hmm. I would never let my son do the fucking fool like that.
As a parent, that's a grown ass man.
So, I don't know how that
equates, but yeah.
Super old.
So you don't think
a grown-ass
that
man.
your parents have any?
Listen, if your son or daughter makes it to adulthood and they didn't have the game, then it's over. You've already lost. You lost the battle.
But what you're saying is exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, but okay. Here's the difference. I don't know what the deal is with this new chick. See, I haven't looked up on this. I just know with the first one, it just sounded bogus.
It did sound bogus.
If I have a daughter, I'm going to tell her this, not specifically, but I mean, I'll get specific. If a man pulls out and just ejaculates on your back out of nowhere,
right.
You don't need to be hanging around that motherfucker no more. I don't give a fuck how much money he's paying you
Yeah.
to train him. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Did we not have this discussion on the last
We did.
episode that I was
New
on?
information has come to light. Hell, in the last time we did this show, he didn't play for the Patriots, caught a goddamn touchdown pass, and then got kicked off the team.
Man,
In a week.
all in a week.
And lost his Nike.
Well, yeah, that was coming. I mean, Nike will pull their endorsements before, you know what I'm saying, the NFL will be like,
That's the part I want to touch on really quick, and then we can go right into the topic. I just want to discuss this real quick. That man, in the course of a few months, lost, $30 million in the trade.
So,
okay.
altogether,
And then turn around and lost a $15 million endorsement deal.
he lost about 50, 60 million.
Okay. And then turn around and lost another from the Patriots, he only got what, 150,000 from that one game?
Well, from that game.
Okay. So that totals what, roughly what, 145, 150, I mean not 45, but like 45, $55 million somewhere in there that he's lost in the course of a week.
So
That's a hard loss.
Fuck a hard loss. That's blow my fucking brains up.
Yeah.
$55 million is life-changing money.
Listen, hate to be controversial, but if he was white, he'd probably kill himself right now.
He'd kill himself.
This is real shit.
And that's a great segue into today's topic.
I'm so glad you guys said that.
But nah, man, I mean, I just want to... Nigga, if OJ Simpson is giving you advice, nigga, something is fucking wrong with your life. I'm sorry.
OJ shouldn't be talking at no goddamn advice. OJ need to take his ass somewhere.
If OJ Simpson is giving your ass
with his
advice.
golf club walking stick and go disappear. Nah, he should have disappeared after the last
You
shit.
got
I can't
issues,
believe, like,
bruh.
dude, if I'm OJ and I beat a murder rap, dude, you would never see me again.
Right.
You might see me on
Let's say
Hollywood Squares
This
like
nigga-
20 years
Where
later.
is the
But that's it.
counseling ahead of time that comes with this lifestyle?
What, the NFL lifestyle, or just having this money? Some people aren't mentally able to
Right.
handle that shit.
No, they send them to prep. When they first
Yeah, I
get
know,
into the
but that
league,
doesn't mean they're mentally prepared to handle that
I'm
shit.
answering her question, but they send them to a prep class. Like, this is what you can expect. Avoid gambling, avoid women. These are the pitfalls you can avoid. They send them through all of this when they first start.
Yeah.
They just...
Listen, there's
taking niggas from something,
Right.
from nothing to something overnight.
But that mentality, like, listen, there's Beast Mode, Gronkowski,
Perfect example.
Cap. They didn't touch none of their football checks. None of them. They made money off of they spent their money from their endorsements. Them motherfuckers is set for life, bruh. And then you got motherfuckers over here like AB that just wants to fuck with women and spend money, and man, it's just
I'm not
ridiculous,
even,
man.
I don't care how he spends his money. That's irrelevant to me.
Right.
I mean, even when he
He
does
don't
off
care
the
in about
field.
3
But
years.
when what you do off the field starts
Yeah.
fucking with your money, then that shows that basically your young life, nobody taught you shit.
Shit, right.
Your young life was spent with just because
yes.
you had talent. That was it. That's
Yeah.
all that, I mean, nobody taught
Where
you.
is that's my question. Where's his parents at
Well,
this time?
even his own stepfather threw him under the bus.
He grown.
Yeah.
He grown. That's a grown ass man.
His own stepfather said,
I
"Oh,
hear you saying that, but as
probably
a
did that shit."
parent,
The fuck?
listen, I have a 10-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
He's almost 11.
And if he skeets on my daughter's back, he gonna have to see me. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but I'm saying, no, this is a real conversation.
Yeah.
If you aren't working with your children down to the last minute, that means something. Because it's not about football. It's not where he is in sports when he graduates from high school. It's who he is as a man.
I see.
Yeah.
I
And who
understand
this guy
what you're
is as a
saying.
man is a fucking idiot.
But listen, I understand what you're saying.
And that's the thing.
Sorry.
Antonio Brown, he's
Very
the
talented
man.
guy,
He's
but
the man.
he's dumb.
As fuck.
And I know we're gonna get to her, but on that last note, I just want to say, look, my parents did a hell of a job trying to raise me. They did everything they could. I still became a heathen.
Still.
Sometimes people just.
But here's the
their
difference.
path.
Here's the difference. You can go out into the world and stumble and fall.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, but at least you at least have enough wisdom to say, you know what? I'm out here fucking up.
Right.
And you pull that shit together.
Yeah.
Is he doing that?
Nah.
No.
He keeps making it worse.
He's not. He's not doing that.
But-
So, and with that, we can segue into today's
You can
topic.
go right into our topic.
Okay, well, I'll do the honest. We want to thank everybody that's watching right now. I see there's a few people watching. If you could, feel free to hit the like button, jump in and chat with us, come in and argue.
Hello, Miss Phillips.
It's a good time. You enjoy yourself, I promise. Hey to everybody. I promise it's a good time. We'll be gentle. Today's topic, we're talking about interracial dating and why black women have such a problem with it. That's why we have our special guest here, our special field correspondent who happens to be in the building. She's here to argue with us a little bit about today's topic because she feels like she has said on one occasion she has a problem when she sees a black man with a white woman, but she cheers on a black woman with a white man. Now that is hypocritical,
That's the most hypocritical
and
shit I've
racist
ever heard in my
all
life.
in one.
Some special.
I love it.
At least not give a shit across
Wait,
the board.
don't attack it yet.
I'm not attacking. I'm just
I'm still in my monologue. Hold on, wait. So with that, we're gonna open up everything. We want to hear everybody's points of view. We want to touch. We want to go around the table, and we want to get your input. And you in the chat room, feel free to jump in and say and talk some shit with us.
Cause I'm looking, I'm watching.
Wow.
Yeah. We got to go on. Aaron, thank you for being here.
Always.
Always. And she feels like she's a fourth member, but she's not.
All the time.
Aaron, you have said
Guys.
on occasion you cheer on a black woman with a white man. Your exact words were "Go, girl, go." But you get a little offended when you see a man of color with a non-black woman. Why is that?
Wait, first I have to ask this
ahead.
question.
Go.
Before we
Take
do
a
that.
drink.
Is it just white women or any non-black woman?
Like Puerto Rican.
If you want me to tell the truth, I do
Please.
see more of an issue with white women than anything else.
Why?
So if it's like a Latin girl or something like that, not the same.
It's a stair-stepping situation, and the reason I say
There are
that,
levels.
right?
There's
No,
levels to the
because if
racism.
you understand this, if you see, we can go back to the Antonio Brown situation.
That was a black chick.
No, I'm just gonna speak. It's not even just because it's a black chick. Because when you see a man, and we are as black women, we automatically assume, oh, you know what, that's a white chick.
You assumed it was a white chick that was bringing them up on charges?
Always,
You always assume that.
always.
You know, most of the time it's your own race when
Yeah.
that kind of shit happens.
Yeah.
And the reason,
I mean, I'm just, statistically.
Right.
you know,
But the reason being is because times have shown that more times than not, it's a woman of a fairer skin that has taken our men to cause. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but I don't think
Okay.
that's accurate.
At all.
Okay.
I don't think that's accurate.
It may not be accurate.
Maybe in the
I'm
20s,
telling you it is.
30s.
But the fight that I'm fighting
Maybe
is
in Rosewood
because
time.
I want to know why. I think what the question here is, why do because I'm sure you're not the only black woman who feels this way.
I will say this: it's a little bit differently here, where in Fort Wayne, than it is where I'm from, because I think that in Fort Wayne, I'd say it's more of a mixed race than period. You don't see just white men dating black women or black women dating white women. It's just mixed. So I feel differently being here than I am being home.
Okay.
So basically what you're saying, your environment has blinded you into what real love could be. Because this is a certain thing that you've seen all your life. That's just like, little white kids that grew up in LJ, Georgia, didn't see black kids. So when they do, they have a problem with it because it's the unknown to them. You see what I'm saying? It was the unknown to you because you just didn't see that where you come from. So it's foreign to you.
A
lot of times people don't like things that are
I could
foreign.
agree with that because I would say before I got here, I have a niece, and before me and my niece got here, I'm like, wow, okay, so I'm seeing interracial relationships, and it's not just a black man and a white woman. It's really interracial relationships between like a black woman and a white man. Or it's different. There's a difference here than what I've ever seen.
Okay.
So it's a lot different.
Okay. Jay, you got anything?
I actually wasn't listening to none of y'all was saying. So
Well, damn.
Obviously.
Hey.
I'm sorry. I have people in the chat room who wanted the link, so I was trying to, or not in the chat room, in Facebook land, who wanted the link over here. So I was trying to get them that information. It's interesting to hear your position on that. One, you got to get out more, motherfucker. Kansas City ain't the be all end all, but
You right.
a lot of, since the dawn of time, I say that, really since like the 80s, you've heard black women say, as soon as you get a little bit of money. You run to a white woman.
And that's what it's about.
Damn. Okay.
No. What I'm saying
Explain
is,
that, please.
what I'm saying, they think it has to do with power.
Right.
Like if a black woman's not good enough to be on a rich man's arm, and that's just not the case. You know what I'm saying? Listen, anybody can come into money, but look at a lot of times, and it could have something to do with it. Black women like Halle Berry dated white dudes. When she first, after she got a little bit of money, she started dating white dudes. I mean, there's countless numbers, but I think black women think it has to do with black men think it is a power thing to be with a white woman.
Okay.
I just don't feel that.
You don't agree?
Nah, I don't agree.
Okay. Well, back to what I was saying. They've said that since the 80s that as soon as you get a little bit of money, you run to a white woman. Or even if you get a black woman or a non-black woman, that's your light skin upgrade. Or some other fucking cliche bullshit that they believe as soon as a black man achieves something, he looks for an alternative. I know men who have lived down south their entire life. I've got a partner who has lived down south his entire life. Never seen from the high school, from the janitor to the principal, and everybody in between was black. So as soon as he moved north, he was like, oh, something different. Could have just honestly, and I've heard countless men, not just him, I've heard several different men who've said this over the years. It's just something different. It's just something you're not used to. If you jump me in fucking Southeast Asia right now, I'd be banging Asian chicks.
Right.
Just not because that's what I want to do, it's just because it's...
See, and I think with me, as you said, it was foreign to you to see that. I grew up in a biracial family. My dad was black, my mom was white. My uncle would date white women, this and that. So to me, that was actually the norm. You know what I mean? That was just the normal thing that people of different races dated. I've dated black chicks, you know what I'm saying? I've dated Puerto Rican chicks. I've dated Asian chicks. I've dated all type of chicks, you know? It doesn't matter, but interracial was just a normal thing to me that I saw, and I don't know, maybe that...
I guess the question here is why do they get so angry about it? That's the question. That's the question.
I can't answer that.
I think as guys sitting here, we could sit here and talk about our
speculate.
We could speculate all day. And really, I mean, the bottom line is today's topic is why do they get angry about it? Like, what is none of us sitting here, I'm not talking about internet land, I'm talking about us sitting here. None of us is going to see a black woman with a white man and be like, oh, that's bogus. That's fucked up. No, I don't care what you do. I don't. You love who you love.
Right.
You know? But it seems to be like in the description earlier, black women celebrate black women dating white guys and loathe black men who date white women or non-black women, let's say. And I want to know what justifies this double standard.
Okay, so I'm gonna answer that question.
Click. I mean, that's kind of why you're here.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me say this. I feel like when it all comes down to it, we feel like we are in the minority. And
Black women?
Black women in the minority?
Because yes.
Okay, why?
You can talk about statistics, but go ahead.
Go ahead, yeah.
No, it's a real conversation because when you look at music videos, when you look at everything, it's like exotic chicks. So for me, I feel like I have to fight for me. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when we see a man when we see mixed races, and I will say this because being here in Fort Wayne, I've seen a lot different. I can't say I feel the same way I felt back in Kansas City, Missouri, because in Kansas City, Missouri, you see white men with black women. Or you know what I'm saying? No.
Okay, I get that where you come from. But the question is what justifies the double standard? And
I'm gonna get there. And here, it's not the same. I will say there is a difference. Because being here, I have seen different. I cannot hold the same torch that I've held back home because you see black women with white men. You know what I'm
Back
saying?
home, you do?
No, but here you
Okay.
see black women. You know what I'm
So
saying?
back home, you never see that.
Not really. No.
No?
Honestly, no.
So do you, when you get angry, is it because
I see it all over, but
I do too.
I'm traveling all over this
No,
fucking country.
I
I've seen
promise
that.
you.
but I'm not judging
When
your
I
perspective.
when I say interracial dating is here and for it's different in here and for white.
So it's like Asian and white, Asian and black, Puerto
No,
Rican
it's
and Puerto
different.
Rican.
I think that's more the time.
It's not.
though.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's more of the time.
So you're telling me between April of 2016 till I got here, it's been that much of a difference.
It's been like that here for a while.
Forever.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Well, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm not speaking on your perspective. What I'm simply trying to get to the heart of is what justifies the double standard. What justifies the double standard in this person's relationship to the next person's relationship, where it's totally okay for this. You take somebody like even somebody like Meghan Markle, who doesn't even look black, but they bigging up in her because she's with a non-black man.
You're right.
And then you take somebody like I don't know, name one, and Michael B. Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
He
like
called hell.
Who called hell
He
for
called
just
super hell.
for taking pictures with chicks that wasn't, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't. I don't even know if that girl was white or not. It doesn't matter. The point is she wasn't black.
She was just Cuban.
And he caught hell for that by the same people who are sitting here bigging up, Venus Williams for going and marrying a white dude, which in my opinion, I don't give a shit who she loves and who she marries. Just like I don't care about who Michael B. Jordan is with. But it seems like black women have this vitriol for this type of thing, and I think it stems to an insecurity in themselves that doesn't really have to be there if you really sit down and think about it. Black women, I mean, if you look at a black woman, look at a black woman from the time she's a young child till she becomes an old lady. As far as that melanin is concerned, she's beating the game. You have really not a lot to be insecure about other than the fact that people automatically stereotype you as having bad attitudes. Now, that's something that you could change on its face, right?
We're really having this conversation.
We are having this conversation. That's the topic.
Okay. So no, in saying that, I'm saying, have you looked at music videos today?
No, I don't like none of the music from
No.
I saw one the other day.
watched one.
Music videos now is guys on there saying a bunch of shit that I don't care about,
she's
and
talking about
women
from the 90s.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is
Nowadays.
I'm speaking for young women as far as black women as a whole. If you are an exotic woman, if you are a Cuban woman, if you're a Mexican woman, if you're a white woman who has some kind of rhythm, you have more than what a black woman has. And that is the realest, that's really as I can give it to you.
That's not real, because I think that's a mentality that black women have. That they think that they've been struggling.
So have
Hold
you
on, hold on, hold on.
listened? Have you listened? Have you watched?
You gotta let them finish.
I've seen music videos and this and that, and a lot of them is black women. But it's a mentality that y'all have that you guys think you're lower than what these exotic women are, and you can't. It's a mindset you have to overcome.
Did you just say I'm lower? I think that I'm lower.
that's insecurity.
That's what I'm
Basically,
saying.
what he's getting at is that are black women intimidated by?
Right.
Because it doesn't appear that the women of other races are intimidated.
Yeah, they don't
by
feel
y'all.
that
They don't
way.
care.
Okay, because before I say fuck you, I'm gonna say this. Before we at the time we're on the same line, there is a difference. There's a difference made,
How so?
and I'm not. So you don't see music videos today?
I just told you literally like 10 seconds ago. I was like, nah, I don't watch none of these videos. I don't listen to none of
Okay,
music.
so let
But
that
give me an
be.
example of what you're talking about. What
What
exactly?
I'm saying is, everybody likes an exotic woman.
Isn't that
And-
universal?
Yeah, that's all
From
guys.
every race of man?
That could be true.
No, it is.
It literally is.
What I'm saying is, because of that, a chocolate woman like me, we do feel we don't get what we deserve.
So you don't get the same amount of attention as a woman who's exotic. Is that what you're
That's
saying?
what I was trying to say.
Right.
You don't think you're exotic when you are.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're saying you're not exotic, that these other women are exotic, and you're not.
That's objective.
That's a
subjective.
mindset that people have, and it's not true. Black women can be just as exotic as the next race.
Right. Here's what you got to understand. If you grew up and this is what you see, like you grew up in this neighborhood, you see black women all day, every day. Of course, when the chick comes in with the long wavy hair and high yellow, of course she's going to stand out. Of course she's going to get more attention. Same thing when a Cuban woman comes to this country. But when you go to Cuba, you know what they say?
Same as when a white guy goes anywhere.
Wait, I
You
wasn't
go to
done.
Cuba, you see chocolate every day.
Exactly. I wasn't like I said, I wasn't done with my point. I was in the Dominican Republic. What we consider, I saw women over there that I thought were fucking goddesses from dark to high yellow that were this
Right.
color and your color. You know what they consider them? Just women. Just average. Nothing special.
They
to
see
me,
them all the time.
if I could have smuggled back 3 of them in my luggage, I would have, because I thought they were perfect 10s.
Right.
However, one was cleaning our room, another one was bringing us drinks. These were waitresses and fucking housekeepers, but they looked like perfect 10s. To us, it was something amazing. To them, it was just every day, another chick. And they know if she walked past, oh well, there'll be 10 more. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think I think it's perception, and I think it goes a little bit to your own understanding.
You know what? This really goes back way farther to slavery. As chocolate women, we fight for our place. I fight for my beauty too, for you to understand who I am as a beautiful woman. Do you understand what I'm saying? My makeup, everything that I do, I want you to understand who I am.
How can I be who you are?
Every
if you
woman
wear
wants to
makeup?
do that. That's why all these women have these filters now and has all this stuff, because
Exactly.
every woman of every race wants to be recognized.
Wants to be seen.
It's not a race thing. It's a woman
It's
thing.
a woman thing. You want attention. You
Point
just want
blank,
attention.
period.
That you want no more attention than the white woman down the street or the half Hispanic woman across town. You want no more attention than she does. She wants to be seen. You want to be seen. I just feel like it. I honestly just feel like. I feel like black women having it goes to one of the topics that we're gonna have coming up here soon, entitlement. I believe black women feel entitled to black men.
Ain't
I feel-
nobody entitled to shit.
Jack shit. And I believe black women feel like those are our men. We're supposed to have the first right of refusal. We're supposed to have first dibs at them. Not really.
Nah.
It's the best. May the best man win. May the best person win. First come, first serve. Just because you see something over here you like, doesn't mean you're gonna get
Okay, so I hear everything you're saying.
it. Man, they already
We feel
get
like
the
we
face
have
smack.
no, because we feel like we have right of refusal and all those things that black women feel. Do white men feel that way?
What?
They don't feel that way about us.
The white.
So
Man,
your issue
wait,
is
what was the question?
your issue is white women like black men more than white men like black women.
Every argument you just said, every argument in terms of how black women feel, we feel like, me personally, I want a man, a black man, a chocolate man. I can't speak on how someone else feels. I know what I want for me.
Okay.
But does that black man feel like he has a right to a white woman, a Spanish woman,
How about a good
an
woman?
Italian woman?
How about he has the right to a good woman, just like you have the right, not a right, not an entitlement. You have the option to go out and select a good man. That good man may not be black, or he may be black. Just same thing for me. I may find a good chick. She may be black. She may not be
But what
black.
I'm saying, the chances are they're different for a black woman than they are for a black man.
No, they're really not. You got the same options
Are
he
you
got.
serious?
You're putting yourself in a box.
I can go out here and select what the fuck I
you
want to
already cut
select.
it off before
put
you've even
yourself in a
given it a
box.
try.
Exactly. You say I want a good man. I want a black man. If you're limiting yourself to that, that's fine. But understand, you're limiting yourself
you
to
look-
just that.
To half of 17% of the population.
Exactly. If you say, I want a good man, now you're opening yourself up to what? 48% of the population? Now you got a better shot. You got more to pick and choose from here. If it's saying, I only want the red M&Ms, that means you got to go through this bowl and pick out just the red M&Ms.
I like the brown ones.
God, I want to headbutt you. I can headbutt you. I've compiled a list of reasons I believe black women are losing, as they say. They're coming up short. Just a short list, just a few thoughts that I've had.
Okay.
And I want to share them with the rest of the
Well,
group.
please do.
Let's go.
Okay.
Because you know I'm going to give my thoughts.
Of course, that's what you're here for. Number one, I believe this is what men have said since pretty much the dawn of time. It's the attitude that drives women away. I have a partner, I'm not gonna say your name. You know I love you, brother. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. Married to a white woman. Love him to death, treat him like a brother. And I asked him, you being from Atlanta, how the fuck did you end up with a white woman? Nothing against it, because I love his wife. She's a cool chick. How did you end up with a white woman being from Atlanta? Because I'm like, that is my second
You
home.
wanna
I
talk
love it
about
down
exotic?
there. It ain't nothing but cheeks down there.
Man.
And he literally told the truth. He was like, yeah, exactly.
Ain't nothing but fine sisters down there.
Exactly.
But, bruh.
And
I
he said,
Man.
you damn near got to go upside their head just to get them to act right. I was like, damn, that's kind of fucked up. But the attitude has always plagued black women. It's always, you've always been notorious for having that attitude. I don't take no shit. I'm a strong woman. I get you. All that extra. Do you believe that that attitude of black women has held you back in some way, shape, or form?
No.
Really? Care to elaborate?
I will. Because as a black woman, I carry a lot on my shoulders. I do. I don't carry just me. I have 2 kids I take care of. It's not just I take care of them. You know what? Their dad helps a little bit. Their dad does help a little bit. It's me. If it wasn't for me, they wouldn't make it. So it's a hard situation I carry. I would love to have a husband. I would love to have someone who makes everything easy for me. But I don't have that.
Okay, so you're telling me there's not Latin women, Burmese women, that
White
aren't
women.
white women that aren't going through the same shit that you are?
You're right. I'm not saying that they don't go through that. But I can't sympathize with them women. And the reason I say no, or don't jump back. And the reason I say that is because not only are we taking care of what we do, but we still carry a father that's still not doing what he's supposed to do.
But what he's saying is there's other women of other races that are going through that same thing.
Exactly the same thing. Exactly.
That's not really a good reason. And plus, the question was about: do you feel like the attitude is holding you back? Like what people perceive as the black woman's attitude holding you back, as far as like in your dating options.
They always make it about a black woman's attitude. It's always a black woman's attitude. So that's the issue I have.
You know there's some truth in every stereotype, right?
Fuck you.
That's a great rebuttal. That's fantastic.
No, what I'm saying is, when I say what I'm saying is, I feel like, and it could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I could be wrong. I feel like a black woman we take on the weight of the world. Just like before.
How so more than anybody else?
Fuck out of here, yo.
How more than anybody else, though?
How the fuck you take more on than a fucking Filipino bitch across town or a fucking Asian bitch down south? How the fuck do black women have more on them
working in a rice
than
paddy
any
half the
other
world
race of
away?
women? I'd rather be a black woman in America than a fucking Asian bitch in South Korea.
Why?
Trust me. 'Cause I
Why?
can get my fucking brains bowling out just for disagreeing with the government, motherfucker.
Are you serious?
Yeah, real. He's not
Nigga, are you
joking.
Are you not?
In the Middle East,
You can get your
have nothing
fucking
but
hair
this.
blown off, nigga.
Yeah.
If you take that hijab off and watch them fucking kill you. Now you tell me that's
showing
more
your
oppressive
arm.
than
And
being a
not with a
black
gun.
woman
I don't
in
want to do
America.
that
Not
shit.
with a gun. They will stone you.
Nigga, I'm about to slit my fucking wrist. This
Fix your fucking wrist, and
this
we
nigga
gonna
just
still
said,
be okay.
you said that's not more oppressive than being a black woman in America? America, you heard it here
Everything that
first.
the
I'm
government
trying. I'm really doing my
I'm
best.
just gonna say.
Everything that the government has given the black woman in America, as far as from 1960s, has been to the direct destruction of the black family. If anybody is responsible for the black man going
Are you
away,
serious?
I'm not fucking kidding. If anybody is more responsible for black men going there in a different direction than black women, it's got to be the government and black women together. That's the
I
real
can't
of
believe
it.
I'm here. I cannot
That's the real
believe
of
I'm hearing
it.
this.
That doesn't mean that I throw all sisters
you
under
can
the bus,
explain.
because there's a lot of sisters out there wise enough to know, you know what, these motherfuckers have been fucking with us, and they took a conscious effort. I have a family full of them. A family full of people who took the conscious effort to keep their family together. They still with their husbands. They doing their thing. So I can't sit here and say that black women in America got it worse than anybody else in the world. That's bullshit.
That's the victim role.
That's bullshit.
It's the victim
because
role.
I could probably point out 10 different countries that you would not want to fucking live in.
As any woman.
As any woman,
Of color
black
or
or any
not.
color, it wouldn't
you,
matter.
Andy.
You do not want to be there.
Today. I'm saying today.
Today, 100 years ago,
No,
whenever.
it's-
The
it's-
Middle East, you cannot go outside by yourself as a woman. Tell me
No.
how that
You can't go to
is-
school.
If
Tell
you
me,
was wearing
you would
that
be
in the Middle
killed if
East,
you
what you're
go to
wearing right now,
school.
which I don't think is that bad,
If you
they would stone you.
They would stone you to death and call you a whore.
Yep.
Tell me that's less oppressive than being black in America today.
As a black woman.
So you're gonna brush over that shit and not answer it at all, huh? You're not gonna answer the shit at all. We just gonna go on to the next one now.
No, what I'm trying to get you to understand is I want to speak on what I go through.
So we still not answering my question, huh? Is that what we're doing? Nigga, I just asked it.
We're in America. We're in the Middle East, so I don't want to talk about
You
it.
just fucking said black women are the most oppressed people in the world. Why? Motherfucker, you, nigga, you understand in Southeast Asia, if you disagree with the political regime, they will fucking kill you. They're not allowed to have
I
internet.
understand that, but we were talking about America. We were speaking about interracial relationships in America, or we're not.
But you brought up that black women are the most oppressed and have it the most difficult out of everybody. You said that. Your
I
exact
do.
words.
I agree.
But I just gave you 6 fucking examples of how you're not.
Fuck you, Jay.
Great rebuttal. Okay, next on my list.
Two.
Next on my list, in conjunction with the black woman's attitude, is that combativeness of the black woman. Do you believe black women are combative by nature? Just want to not necessarily argue and fight, but argue and fight, for lack of a better term.
I think that all black. I do think so. I'm not.
thought you
I'm
about
not.
to say all women. I was like,
I'm not gonna disagree with it. I think all women are combative.
All women are combative?
No,
So
they're
you
not.
just gonna lay down.
I'm asking a question.
I agree. I'm not. All women are combative. You just gonna lay down and let anybody tell you anything?
Not
Not
letting
necessarily
them-
that, but
that doesn't.
to challenge your authority and your manhood. What I believe is that black women make you straight out the gate, and for a while will make you not only earn their respect but earn their submission. Majority of other races of women naturally will fall back and be like, okay, you're the man, you lead.
Right.
Black women have a tendency to be like, we'll both lead this motherfucker until you show me you can lead, and then maybe I'll let you lead and I'll fall back a little bit. But when you fuck up, I'm gonna jump back into that role.
Okay, so let me say, I can't speak for everybody. I can speak for this.
That's what you're here for.
If you are taking lead, that is true. I'll let a man take a lead. But if you drop the ball, I'm gonna pick that motherfucker up and I'm gonna run with it. And that's just it.
Okay.
That's it. I'm not gonna. You know what? When you say, okay, Aaron, I got you. That's when I'll fall back and I'll let you take the lead. So I'm not ever gonna just lay down and then that's what it is. It's not. I can't. I have 2 people depending on me.
See what I've seen, that goes into something else also, and I'll touch on that in a minute. But what I've seen, and it goes, I like dealing in analogies because people seem to understand analogies a little more. It's like being a boxer, okay? It's like being a boxer. You know, you box, they ring the bell, you go out to the center of the ring, you meet your opponent, you do your thing. They ring the bell, you go back to your corner. And then your corner people, they brush the blood off, they give you a towel, they tell you doing a good job, keep doing this, slip the jab, whatever. Okay. That's what it's like dating women of other races. To date a non-black woman is like you go out to the center of the ring, you box, they ring the bell, you go back to the corner, you sit down, they wipe the blood off, and then your corner man punches you in the mouth and tells you you're doing a good job, but do better. That's what it's like to date a black woman. It's like
the weirdest analogy.
I know, but I'm going somewhere with it. You literally have to go out here. You got to fight the world. You got to fight your boss. You got to fight traffic. You got to fight the people, and you got to fight the police to not get killed. And then I got to come home and argue with your ass too, and fight you. I don't want to do that. And I've heard and seen a lot of men who are like, I just don't want to deal with it.
Right.
So they back out, and they have backed out. For lack of a better term, I've heard people say, and this is not shit I pulled out of my ass. This is years and years of research. We had this conversation with a guy last night at the bar. He was sitting up there telling us this. That's where half of this shit came from. He's like, other races of women are just easier to get along with.
If you're not fucking them over.
If you're not fucking
So,
over.
do you think that it just came from out of nowhere that black women felt like they had to be stronger?
No, part of where that came from was one, Lyndon Baines Johnson and the Great Society, when they decided to incorporate welfare, kick the man out the house and leave the woman in charge. And what that led to was a lot of fatherless homes. So what that also led to was a lot of women who had to play the role of the only parental figure in the home. They got to be the mom, the disciplinary.
It started with Lyndon B. Johnson, is what you're saying?
Yeah, in the 1960s.
Okay.
So that's where part of that came from. I'm not putting the blame solely on the shoulders of women.
Before that, the black family was 73%,
something like that.
26% of black families were single parents back then.
Yeah.
That was considered high.
At one time, that's 7 out of 10, basically. 7 out of 10 families were
two-parent households.
intact,
Until
2 parents, children born in wedlock. That's what there was. Up until the 1960s, and it dropped. As of today's standards, I think it's 24%.
Now it's completely flipped.
It's 24%.
Yeah. Now it's what, 70-30? It's 70-30.
No, 24, 26%. I can't remember last time I looked. That is the other thing I got. Because when I was doing research for this, somebody also said 76% or something like that. It was like 72 or somewhere between 72 and 76% of black women have children. On the flip side, 28% of white women have children. Mm-hmm. Huge gap in between.
Yeah.
Right.
Huge gap. So I've heard people say, she ain't got no kids. So it's easier to date. You understand that's, if you meet 10 black women, 7 out of that 10 likely have kids. If you meet 10 white or non-black women, likely that 3 out of that 10 have kids. So they're like, they just want to date women without kids. So they choose women without kids.
Yeah, are you single without kids? Yeah, that's what you're going to go for.
Yeah, I mean, that's just man shit.
I mean,
Started
I
from
guess
family.
as a single man, I would look at that completely different.
Why's that?
Because according to what he's saying is most black women have kids. Most anybody else other than black women don't have kids. So why would you date a black woman?
I mean, I would date any woman. I mean, it's about any woman that doesn't.
No, but it's what he just said.
All I'm doing is giving you numbers.
Right. I don't have a problem with that.
What the fuck are y'all talking about in the chat room? Y'all having a discussion. Who's talking to Mandy early?
I mean, stay focused. Okay.
What are y'all talking about? I'm doing 2 different things. I'm multitasking.
Okay, but I got the chat room. Don't worry about it. Just keep the comment. Just do
What's
that.
up, Mandy? All right. So what are you saying? What are you saying? Why do we date black women at all? Why not just give up? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's
Nobody's
not what
giving
I'm
up
saying.
on black women.
Exactly.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Because as a black woman, I feel like it's hard for me. we have to work harder as a black woman too.
Okay. How about this though? How about as a black woman we stop saying it's hard for and then just accept it and then try to be better?
Yeah.
Like everybody else. Like everybody else
what
has.
What do you mean just by
like,
better?
like everybody else.
Because I'm going to ask you, what am I not doing?
Like everybody. Well, for first you have to get out of that victim role.
Thank you.
That's step one. Step one. I'm not a victim.
Nope.
I am the master of my fate. Step one. Step two. Where do you want to go in life? And who do you want to have with you when you go? That's you know. You have to work that out for yourself. That's something you have to work. That's up to the individual. Okay, but first things first is we have to get out of this. We are last shit. Okay? Right. We're not last. We're only last because we perceive ourselves that way. If you did not give a shit about what other people was doing, that's more energy you could focus in on yourself. That's the real of it. Like if I'm out tonight and I see a black woman with a white dude, I'm not gonna be sitting there like, that's bullshit. I can't believe that she would date outside her race like that. No, I'm gonna go do something else. I'm more power to him. I wish him the best. I hope it works out.
Well, while you focusing on that couple, you could have missed your
you could have missed some shit over here because you put yourself. You've created this, and I'm a big believer in energy. You've created this negative energy ball that doesn't have to be there in your life. It's all because of what somebody else is doing.
Let me say this.
And it doesn't have to be
I'm
that
not
way.
going to give more power to that interracial couple than I'm going to give to myself. So don't say I'm giving
but you're
that
paying
person
attention to it as if it's a negative.
That's
if you
a duly noted situation, and I'm going to go on about my business.
Exactly.
See, that is giving it power
that's the same
when
thing.
you're focusing on that.
Yeah.
When you say, I don't like that, that's you giving power to that because you're focusing on that.
And because they're not focusing on you.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
Unless they want to take you home.
It's not I don't like that. It's like, okay.
Unless they trying to take you home for a threesome, they're not focusing on you at all.
Again, I'm going to say it's okay. Go ahead, Brad.
No, I mean that's really all I had to say about it. Is so many people focus. To me, it's no different than a Klan member. Okay, a Klan member spends his time blaming every fucking body else. Oh, the immigrants and the blacks and the Jews and all them are taking my opportunities. No, dude, there ain't nobody taking shit from you. Just be better.
Right. Just go out and get.
Go be better, dude. That's it. Step your game up. Am I gonna sit here and be like, oh, the white man is taking everything from me? No, he ain't taking shit from me. I got to go get that shit. Just like now, with black women. I think more black women are coming around to the idea of it now, where they're not gonna play that victim role, and they are gonna. But it has to be more conscious, and more people have to buy into that. It can't just be oh, he's with a non, but he got some money and now he don't want it. No, that ain't it at all. He got some money and now he's around these people, and that's who he's going to date. That's just like if I was living in California or something, I might be dating a Latina girl because there are a lot of Latina girls around. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's opportunity and all that other stuff, but I mean, I don't feel like black women are like the bottom of the barrel. I think they got a lot to offer. I was born from a black woman. I know they got a lot. I know they got it in them. I know they do.
Right.
All right.
I know it. I've seen it. I got a family full of very good black women.
Exactly.
My whole family are good, salt of the earth people.
Yep.
Right.
They're
okay,
great.
so let me say this. I am a black woman, and I can't make a person feel a certain way about me.
No, you cannot.
But at the end of the day, I know what I carry. I know who I am.
Yes, but sometimes you have to drop some of that baggage.
And at the end of the day, I have born a young man.
Mm-hmm.
So even at the end of the day, I speak to Shine. Listen, baby, get you a chocolate one. But what he wants is who he is and what he wants. But that still doesn't change who I am.
That can
it
change
still
when he
doesn't
gets
change
older.
the weight that I carry in this world.
But I don't see what his decisions have to do with what you carry.
And I'm going to say that. what he likes is what he likes.
Right.
That still doesn't change what I feel.
Right.
Or what
And
I
I'm not
like.
saying it should change how you feel, but
That
you have
still
to
doesn't
drop
change.
that negative shit so you can do
It still
you and
doesn't
be,
change
and
the
be
life that
happy.
I carry.
You'll be
It
happier
still doesn't
if you
change
just
the beauty that I am.
if you mind your own, and you'll be a lot happier. You would not give a shit about what anybody else is doing because you're fine.
I think that if it wasn't this big thing about these exotic women and everything else, we wouldn't feel that way.
I don't feel that white women are that exotic.
I'm not even speaking about
Or
white
whatever,
women.
when
Because
you're
white women don't even carry the weight that they carried years ago. If you look at music videos and things of that sort, exotic women, you know what I'm saying?
That's
It's
another
a
problem.
different
Is
thing.
we look at music videos to
I don't even watch music
portray
videos
what
like
life
that.
is. That's not life. That's fantasy.
I understand that.
That's
a
But what I'm
fantasy.
saying is, as a chocolate woman, we feel that we are in a different place. So
I don't know.
want my son to date a chocolate woman. I want my son to have chocolate babies. That's not what is going to happen. That may not be. But that doesn't change who I am. That doesn't change what I love. If my son dated a white woman today, if he had kids, I'm gonna love my white mixed grandchildren. So please don't get this different than what it is. I'm a loving person, but what I want is I want to see that my son embraces the chocolate side of him. And that's not always what happens.
Who he is as a man and who he becomes as a man.
And I'm gonna love all that.
Hold on.
It's not-
and you said something, and I
I
think
give
this.
all that love.
I think this goes to it. I think also black women think when black men date white women, they lose their identity. That they're not black men no more.
so
That they're
they
a
don't?
Carlton or something like that.
Did
You say they don't? You say they do?
don't? No, I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying all of them.
But-
But a lot of times, a lot of what that is erasing who you are and accepting
Or
the new
it could be expanding culture. Because now you have your culture and this person's culture, and you are now expanded in all kind of cultures that you couldn't even imagine, and it's a beautiful fucking thing.
That's true.
What you're saying is so beautiful. I accept
That's
that.
condescending.
But no, I'm saying no. Really, what he's saying it is beautiful.
In theory.
But in theory, you know what I'm saying? But how people is when it comes down to it, I'm gonna let this part of me go, and I'm gonna accept this part of me.
Is that what people believe?
I think
I think
so.
they do.
That is
Bruh.
dumb as shit.
I know.
No offense.
I think that's what
Here's
they believe,
why.
bro.
Because who you are carries with you throughout life. Now, true enough, you don't think the same, and I've had this conversation, you do not think the same way at 30 as you did at 20. Nor do you think the same way at 30 as you do at 40. True enough. That doesn't mean you're changing, it just means you're evolving and growing. Your taste change.
Yeah.
There are things that I like now at 39 that I hated at
For some reason,
29.
I love mushrooms now.
Exactly.
Like, I can't get enough mushrooms. I used to hate them.
At 29. There's things.
I really have to say.
Yeah, that went left. We always go left.
That's
I know what you're saying, but it ties into exactly what I'm
makes
saying.
sense.
It does.
Because I know a lot of people like that.
At 39, I'm content to stay at home on a Friday, Saturday night and watch TV and play a
Hell
video
yeah.
game. At 29, you
Shit.
couldn't get me. And at 19, if you even suggested it, I'd fight you.
Bro.
Don't ask me to stay in, motherfucker.
Never.
So your taste change, your activities change, but who you are stays with you. Just because you marry somebody of a different race doesn't mean you embrace them and deny you.
Not who you are.
I agree.
I know that's even impossible. I don't think so. I don't even think that's possible.
I mean,
Because your
could-
partner doesn't change.
It could be because some people are weak and you know they have to lead. And this is just weak people in general.
I think
And they
different
wanna-
situations in life will allow you to release who you were prior to being a certain person. Do you get what I'm saying?
Not at all.
So when you meet a person and they give you what exactly you're looking for,
That allows you to relax and just be like, okay, now I'm happy I have what I was looking for, and now I'm at peace.
so many times you enter situations where realize the person who wasn't who you thought they were. And that's because prior to me and you, like, we've built these people that we want to be. Do you know what I'm saying? You build who you want to be. And you meet this person who in that place where you want to be is in line with who you want to be. You don't want them to see you as who you really are or who you were before that time.
That's only if you had something to hide, like you used to rob fucking banks or something.
I will agree with that to an extent because my wife, who is Caucasian and I love extremely very much, she never saw the old side of me. You know what I'm saying? The drinking, the thugging, the fights, all that. And I hope to God she never does. You know what I mean? So I get that. But I also let her know that was who I was. I don't hide that from her. Like, listen,
But
I was
you
a
did.
fucked up
How many people
individual.
don't? How many people don't let you see who their family is?
I think that's any relationship,
Yeah, I don't
not
think
just
that
an
has to do with
interracial
black or white or
relationship.
anything. That's
I
just
think that's
people.
some people who just be like, you know what, that ain't my life no
Yeah,
more.
that's just people.
Right.
That ain't me no more.
Right.
So
But
I stop
that has
hanging
nothing to
around
do
them,
with-
and I'm not gonna take you around them.
That has
I don't
nothing
think
to
that
do
has
with our
anything to
topic.
do with interracial dating. I think that's like saying, because if that was the case in that's like what you, according to you, by your logic, then any black man who starts dating a white woman, she should automatically start talking about what up, my nigga, when she come in the room.
That's not what I'm saying.
Don't do that.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Don't do that
What
at
I'm
all.
saying
I
is
wouldn't recommend that.
all situations are situational. Do you get what I'm saying?
All situations are situational.
No, what I'm saying is I can bring you around my family point blank period at the beginning. And this is who I am. Understand that. Or I can say, you know what? You don't get to see my family. This is who I am. And that's the situation. What I am to you at this point in time is is the vision that I've created for you. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I want to get more back on topic because what we're talking about now can be, that's broad. That could be anything.
Yeah, it's a broad discussion.
Even if I was dating a black woman, I mean, who I am with her at the beginning might be different than who I am later on.
Okay.
But staying back on topic.
I'm getting back on topic now. We were talking last thing we brought up was attitude, and we kind of went a little ways left from that. Getting back on attitude, I have a question I gotta ask because it's always I've had this since I was like 14. Does the bad attitude devalue the beauty? Because like I said,
Yes. On any race.
in any race,
In any race.
that's across the board.
Across the board.
Okay.
If you're a mean bitch,
If I go out with you, right? If I go out, no matter if you're white, black, Latino, whatever, and you show your ass out at this restaurant, or let's say the waiter doesn't bring something right away, and you start cussing this
Lose your
motherfucker
shit.
out,
Okay.
lose your shit. This is the last date. Fuck you. You're not gonna come out here wilding the fuck out like that.
Fuck you.
You know what I mean? It does. I don't care how fine you are. Then you got to think about, we talking about taking it to the parents. Okay, let's say, I know my sisters, strong black women. So if I bring this chick, whoever color she is, and she's got an attitude, my sister's gonna bump heads with her, this and that, and so I can't fuck with you even on that level.
okay. All right. So, question in the chat was, what problems do black women have with interracial dating? And I think that's a question that we keep
bringing it up.
Well, we keep driving up to it, but we
Swerve.
we swerve away. You know what
I
I'm saying?
think that the main problem that black women have with interracial dating is because we think that as a black woman, I feel like a man that is meant for me or who should be with me
Are you entitled
is
to?
with that I'm entitled to
There we go.
is with another woman. But
You're not entitled to
you
a
let me
black man.
finish.
Okay, go ahead.
You let me finish.
All right.
I have, me personally, realized that if he chooses somebody else, is he meant for me? Is that the man that's supposed to be with me?
No.
So that's the argument that we have to understand within us. I don't want him anyway if he wants somebody else.
Right, but that's not you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
That's called a
move on.
side chick.
That's a next. You move on to the next guy.
That's a whole nother
Right.
show.
If it's
Thank
any
you,
guy,
baby.
if that's
I love
any
it.
guy though, that's any guy.
You have to start looking at situations like that. I have looked at
What?
some men, and there would I'm looking at her like, yeah,
See,
he can have her.
What I've come
black
to
man have
realize
her.
is if it's in this particular case, if it's a black man who has something, if he's doing well in life, that's the only time it's an issue. If he's bumming, nobody gives a shit.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody gives a
Right.
damn. But that doesn't mean that you're automatically entitled first pick. That's not what that means. That means you present your best self in order to
That's right.
get who you want.
Pause.
Just like we have to achieve.
What?
But I mean, whatever.
We got in the chat room. Tiffany King said, "Hey, Tiffany, by the way, she said the problem I have is black men blaming black women for dating white women." When the fuck did we say that? Did it? Okay, maybe we didn't say, but I very rarely have I heard that
Black men blaming what?
black men saying,
Man, don't give a
it's
fuck
your
about that
fault
shit."
that I went to these white women."
No, that's not even a. That's
think
not even the
that's
thing.
not even a
I don't
fucking
blame
thing.
black women.
I
I,
think
mean, I've
that's
met
more of
really
a-
nice black women in my life. What the
That-
fuck?
my family, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The
Yeah, that's
strongest
what I'm
black
saying.
women I know.
Case by case. I'll go case by case.
Case by case, yeah.
Don't,
but
don't.
you know, it's listen, man. I seriously believe it's that blocked mindset, man. It's always a blocked mindset. People are scared to further.
That's why I know.
their
That's how I
mind, bro.
know. That's how I know that black women got it in them. I know they can. I know they good women. I know. I see
Yes.
them all the time.
Yes.
I just know that there's a certain subculture of them that act like fucking clowns.
Yeah.
And I would never attach myself to any clown of
that.
any race.
To that.
So what makes them think that they're more entitled to me than somebody who's actually doing the right things in life? They don't. So, anywho,
I'm going back to the same thing I said before. I don't think anybody's entitled to a good man or woman. I believe what you do determines what you get. And even then, you still might not get it. It's survival of the fittest. It's may the best man win. It's make yourself the best you can be.
Yeah.
Put that out there and see what the fuck you get back.
Right. I think people are forgetting. Listen, okay, before I met my wife, I was in a dating scene. So I would date this person, go to this person. So my wife basically just checked off my list. And it just wasn't white women. It was several different. You hooked me up with one of them. You know what I'm saying? It was a black woman. She's very nice. This and that. You know what I'm saying? But I have a checklist, and when I date, I go for that checklist. I don't go for race. And if you can get all those checklists, you win.
that's pretty much the game
You
for
win.
men. That's pretty much how men look
That's
at
it.
dating. Period.
That's all
It's
it
not
is.
just- it's not that- it's not that deep.
It's right. If you can hit these checklists,
Not that
Very
deep.
simple.
you win.
Be good in bed. Don't be crazy.
Right.
Don't kill my puppy. Go to work. Don't be crazy again.
Right.
Don't tear up my shit. It ain't hard.
Did somebody kill your puppy?
Yeah.
That's a felony. We ain't gonna talk.
But my wife.
I moved around a lot.
My wife.
Because I want to realize
Right.
who the fuck killed you.
That is a great
black
point.
one?
What?
Yeah, don't worry about it. That's a great point.
what
She made a
really?
great
Who
point. She
killed the
said that
puppy?
the energy you put out
Oh, that's my wife.
attracts the energy you receive.
That's my wife.
yeah, nigga, you proud?
Yeah, I'm fucking proud, nigga.
I mean, he really thugging for her. Like,
I know, right?
Hey, I fuck with your
Hey,
wife.
she
and I
a
ain't
good
even
woman,
married
and that's
her.
why he married her.
What's her name?
I fuck with her
I don't think he was like.
What's
I don't
your
think he was.
wife's name?
I don't think he held up a paper
Crystal,
bag to
bitch,
her.
Hey, go Crystal.
I don't think he held up a paper bag. Was like, you're light enough. All right, come on.
I didn't stop my
Right, you
Earl
were-
Shire and get
right.
my splotches.
Like, we're gonna get you some spray tan. And we're
go
gonna
through
pass
with
you off
the-
as a Puerto
With the
Rican girl.
little
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think he
At
gave a
this point,
fuck.
Crystal the homie.
I gotta agree with her. The energy you put out is what you get back. If you walk around with the bag on your head and a bad attitude, acting like your shit don't stink, whatever you get from that is what you get back.
We can go back. See, this is a prime example. We can go back to AB. When you think something is owed to you in fucking life, usually shit's gonna go fucking haywire. If you think this person owes you this and owes you that and owes you this,
that's for sure.
Goes haywire.
Okay, we got to go back one more time because now Crystal Smith says something I don't agree with in the earlier comment. She said women in general have struggled. Not just black women, all women. Women in general have struggled. It is up to us to build all women up, no matter her color. I disagree entirely. Here's why. It is not my fucking job to build anybody up, especially a woman. That's your responsibility.
But see,
you're a fucking adult. Do it yourself.
Because I live in certain type of lifestyles, and for me, you know, helping the next person build themselves up, it's part of my job. You know what I'm saying? So I always believe in building the next person up and helping.
That's different. You know I'm talking about that's a job.
That's your job. It's something I want to do. I mean, it's a job, but even if I didn't work this job, I would still be in that type of way to help build up people, man. I mean, that's just. I believe you on your own. I'm sorry. Nobody helped me get anywhere in life. Nobody helped me through high school, college, or after. So fuck you. You're on your own. Just because you come out with your hand out like, please help me, say, man, have some more. Help me, I'm poor. But it's not.
I'm not gonna help you.
That type of shit. No, I'm just saying. There's certain ways in life, man, where people should come together and help each other, man. Okay, so if Martin Luther King and the civil rights all didn't come together, if it was just this nigga by himself, you think we would be where we at?
Nigga, you're talking about a uniform cause, a cause that's universal that we all share. We don't share building this bitch up. Building that bitch up is not a fucking joint effort.
No,
the whole community don't
come. What she's saying is building one woman up.
But the fucking comparison you just made was fucking to the civil rights, where it's like if we hadn't all come together, we couldn't have made this dream happen.
I know.
That's like saying fucking Keisha down the block, this bitch. We all gotta come together to share to make sure this hoe stops fucking everybody.
Listen, I feel like we need to do this show over again because I feel like we had a topic and we were driving towards it, but we just never really got to our destination on this one. So this one, we're gonna table this one till part 2. And I say,
women, y'all help each other out. Y'all support each other, love each other, especially love each other.
It's a microphone, you have to get that close.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I got serious.
You know what I'm saying? It's just this dude. We knew it was going to be controversial when we started it. I just didn't know about all the extra variables to it.
I mean, sometimes shit just goes
left. But there's more variables. There's more variables here than just the topic itself.
This is one. I mean,
this is why I wanted to have another female on here for this.
You bring up a good point. Let me touch on that for a second. I'm sorry to interrupt you. That brings up a good point. This was such a sensitive subject, and people, I catch a lot of flack.
It's very hard to find people to be honest about it. This was
such a sensitive subject that I thought it would be easy because I'm like, we've had these conversations with women who are like, oh yeah, I feel like da-da-da-da-da. They share this point, they share that point. And I'm like, okay, well, come on the show and talk about it. Their responses were all the same. Oh no, I ain't doing that. Because they don't want to talk about it in public. They're like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want the backlash that comes from it. They'll talk about the show. They'll talk about, or not the show, they'll talk about the topic. They'll talk about interracial dating and all of the shit they've gotten from it. They'll talk about the flack that the dirty looks, that some have even gotten threatened. And I'm like, fuck, really? Yeah. Some have gotten threatened. One girl was jumped in a parking lot because the dude she was with was black. I begged her to come on this show. Please come on and talk about that shit. She wouldn't do it because she's like, I don't want the backlash. And this is not some shit I just pulled out of my ass. I spent over a week like, hey, come on the show. You want to come on the show? You want to talk? You want to talk?
It's
all the way up until last night, and we could not find one.
It's not something who would.
What he's saying is, anybody watching, any white women watching, if you feel that you could come on to this show and touch on this topic, leave your comment.
I'll be willing to do this topic again.
We'll try to get you in here. You know what I'm saying? Because these topics shit. And that's what I was getting ready to say. A topic like this is hard to just talk about with 4 people. I mean, this is a topic way bigger than that. I mean,
It's like a chat room.
you know, this is a good one, man. We appreciate y'all being here. But this is a topic that's way bigger than all of us. You know what I'm saying?
Not bigger than me.
Well, man, you know what the fuck I mean. You know what I mean?
I'm willing to have the discussion.
No, I agree with you to a certain extent. Because when you add more people, it's more of an argument too.
No, I just think it was the dynamic of this discussion was supposed to be different. Wasn't supposed to be 3 guys and 1 female. It should have been at least 2 more. It should have been at least another female, at least. We're gonna table this discussion for now. We're gonna bring it back around on a different day. Right now, we're gonna wrap this up. But you know, I like to thank the people in the chat room who gave their input, and we really appreciate y'all because y'all are just as much a part of this show as we are, and that's what this is about. This is about getting to the heart of the discussion, which I don't really think we made it to really have the discussion, to tell you the truth.
About why black women have a problem with
Yeah, we kept steering away from it. So I mean,
We did.
it's one of those things.
We'll
and it's
bring it
fine.
back. We'll bring it back.
But we're definitely going to have this conversation again, and this time it's going to be without the alcohol. So
Who had alcohol?
just watch the playback. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Everybody say goodbye. We're not going to do Eureka's Ratchet because I was trying to be really serious today, but
Yeah.
we gotta do it.
No, we don't have it. It's fine. It doesn't. It's no.
You don't have the video?
No, we don't have anything, so that's fine. We're done. And thank you guys for watching. Please check it out, like and subscribe. And if you guys can have this discussion with people who are in your immediate circle and then bring it back here when we go live again, please do. Thank you for watching, and we will see y'all on the flip side of things. Say peace out, y'all.
Peace, nigga.